got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Welcome to Ocean Prime. It's one of my favorite restaurants in Chicago, and it's a magnificent location located along the Mag Mile. I'm with the executive chef, Jason Shelley. We're going to walk you guys into the kitchen, and Jason's going to give us, we're going to serve, I guess you could say, some items on the menu.
Absolutely.
And talk about some of the things that they've got coming up as well. So follow us this way, if you will. Stay tuned also, because we want to talk to Jason about if you're going to be preparing fresh fish at home, how do you select that great dish from the grocery store? We're gonna go this way, right?
Yes.
Okay.
It's kind of a maze.
My husband would say I get lost in the kitchen, so don't be surprised if I don't know where it is. So let's walk this way.
Yes.
Hey guys, how's it going? Everybody's hard at work. All right, so I'm going to spin around this way.
Yes.
So you've laid out some of the signature dishes, and I guess let's dive right in. What makes these special?
So kind of what we pride ourselves on is our sourcing of our products. So if we start with great products and great people, we should end with a great result. And so we work with our vendors directly. Everybody that we purchase from, we go to their processing plants, we meet them, we see where they process, we watch the product coming in.
Wow.
So that we know that we're getting the best we can get our hands on. And then we take our time, we do everything in the restaurant. So our carrot cake, we start with fresh carrots, and we build the layers and build the cake, and it's 10 layers with a house-made icing. We have a bake shop that's back there hard at work all the time.
I was going to say, so this is something that was crafted in-house. You have your own pastry chef then?
Yes.
That does this, and what is this?
So this is a pineapple sauce. So it's not your traditional carrot cake. It's got coconut and pineapple in it, so it's really nice and moist. The pineapple sauce has a nice little bit of acidity from some lime juice in there. They cut through the richness of the cake. It's amazing. It's delicious. One of our signature desserts.
I'll bet. I've never seen anything like this. I've never seen a carrot cake done this way. Let's talk about the seafood. You said that you go to the source, you know where it comes from. So where does most of it come from?
So it comes from all over the world. I mean, it depends on what you're trying to get your hands on. We try and source products as locally as much as you can, but obviously certain fish like salmon doesn't grow here in Illinois.
So I think I'd feel safer eating food that maybe wasn't found in Lake Michigan.
We get our seafood in every day. We butcher it in-house. So we're getting the whole fish in, we're getting the fillets in, we're breaking it down ourselves, and we're making sure that the quality of the product's there. We're making sure that we have beautiful scallops or tiger shrimp here. We have our farm-raised Scottish salmon you can see over there. So we really pride ourselves on our beautiful A1 or grade 1 tuna over there we use for our tuna rolls.
And let's walk through these dishes since you mentioned them. What is this dish?
So this is our teriyaki salmon. It's kind of been one of our dishes. It's been on our menu since day one. We start with a beautiful 60 South farm-raised salmon. It's raised in really cold water, so it has a ton of great fat in it, the omega fats. We marinate it in a teriyaki glaze we make in the house with some pineapple juice and soy and garlic and ginger. We serve it over top of a sticky rice with a soy butter sauce, and then a little bit of veg on top for some crunch and freshness.
It sounds so good. And then tell me a little bit about the sushi rolls.
So we just changed up our sushi items about a month and a half, 2 months ago. So it's our new spicy tuna roll. So on the inside we have the tuna belly, which is the nice fatty part. We mix it with a little bit of togarashi, which is a spice. It's got a different flavor profile to it, some Japanese mayonnaise, a little bit of sriracha. We tempura fry that, and then we put some beautiful raw grade 1 tuna on top with a little bit more of that mayonnaise mixed in there and some daikon sauce and stuff, and it's got the best. It's a little bit of warm and crunchy and a cool and a great flavor of that tuna on top. So
it is a work of art.
Yes.
It really is. I mean, it's just incredible. Now you guys have so many things to work with back here.
Yes,
I love this.
This is kind of the nuts and bolts of a kitchen. So we do everything to order. So certain items have to be prepared ahead of time, but other items are cooked to order. So when you order a risotto, like we're cooking that to order. When you're ordering other dishes, that's kind of what allows us to really cater to our guest needs. We always say yes is the answer. So dietary restrictions, or you're on a special diet, whatever it might be, trust me, we've heard it all and then some. So we will definitely do our best to make sure we take care of those requests and make sure we give the guests exactly what they like. Great steaks. We cook them on that broiler over there. We're selling steaks all the time. We sell a ton of seafood, but it's Chicago. They love steak here in the city.
Oh yeah, definitely. What's your favorite item on the menu?
So I have a couple. The blackened snapper, I'm a big fan of. It has a house-made kind of Cajun rub on it. It has a spoon bread underneath it, which is kind of like almost like a cornbread pudding.
Okay.
It's got a jalapeno sauce, so it's got good heat to it. It's got a ton of flavor. The carrot cake, so to get it to look pretty, we cut all the edges off, so it's an amazing snack we eat in the morning sometimes with our coffee.
I was going to say, if you need someone to come over here and eat those edges,
absolutely.
As a pregnant lady, I can take care of that for you.
So the carrot cake edges are a little bit crunchy because it's the edge of the cake, but with a cup of coffee in the morning, especially on a day like today, you can't top it, you can't beat it. So
sounds delicious. I cannot wait to try this dish. That's for sure. So, okay, I'm an at-home chef.
Okay.
At least a wannabe at-home chef. And I would like to make a seafood dish for my husband because he just loves seafood.
Okay.
So what is something easy for me to prepare? But let's start out with, when I go to the grocery store, how do I pick out something that's fresh?
Absolutely. Always talk to the people behind the counter. They're the ones that are kind of processing it, touching it, seeing it. So go to a source that you like, a store that you go to all the time that you always see the seafood case kind of changing over, and then talk with them. What did you get in fresh today? What's kind of unique or different, or what do you have? Or, you know, ask them if they can give you some pointers and some tips. And and you know, when you see seafood, it should smell fresh. It shouldn't be sticky. The scallops here, like if you were to smell them, they smell like the ocean. We do a dry pack scallop, so they're not soaked in any chemicals. The shrimp are very pretty. They don't look kind of dated and old. But when you see it in its raw form, you should want to eat it, and that lets you know that like it's a great product. Salmon's a very forgiving fish from the point of view that it has a lot of fat, so it takes well to most flavors that it has. So a piece of salmon's always a good bet. Big fan of striped bass as well. It's a milder fish if they aren't into like a very fish-forward flavor profile like salmon typically has. And simply seasoning them. If you buy great fish, you don't have to go too crazy on it. So at home, I'm a big fan of just salt and pepper, some citrus, throw it in the grill, throw it in a hot pan, and call it a day.
And you don't have to cook it very long,
Typically,
right?
no. I mean, a couple minutes on each side, depending on what the fish is. Your larger fish, like swordfish and stuff, you want to cook a little bit more just because they are larger fish and they can sometimes, you know, wouldn't need to be cooked a little bit more. But the trick is get your pan really hot before you put your fat in, whether you're using oil or butter or whatever, so the pan's nice and hot and your fat's not burned. Put your fat in there, let it come up to temperature, and just don't try and mess around with it. Let it cook, nice and crispy on it. Turn it over, let it finish off its sting, and then pull it off, let it sit for a moment, and then whatever you have it with, a starch or a veg or rice or whatever. And
okay. Yeah. I don't know if I would rather like swim with sharks or prepare a seafood dish. I'm still torn. So
yeah.
Okay, so you mentioned cocktails.
Yes.
And I believe that you have a special one that you've made.
Yes. We do have our mocktail. Yes. So this is our
bring it on over.
This is our berries and bubbles and a mocktail cucumber gimlet for you.
I love that you guys are doing mocktails. Are these on the menu?
So most of our specialty cocktails, same thing in the bar. We do everything fresh, so they're able to modify and tweak accordingly if you need to. So it's not very difficult for us to omit the spirit and still have a great tasting cocktail that has no alcohol in it. So, you know, part of being a fresh, you know, straightforward restaurant is that we're able to do a lot of these specialty things on the fly for guests as they have different needs or desires.
What is going on here? This is incredible.
It's our dry ice. And we do a little bit of macerated berries. Obviously, these ones are not. And they pour it over top, and it comes out, so it's kind of a drink and a show for you. And it's got the bubbles, and that's what we call berries and bubbles. And
I love it.
A little bit of, traditionally, we'd have champagne in it. And then this is a mocktail of our cucumber gimlet, so it's fresh metal cucumber. It would have some gin in it, a little bit of lime juice, some simple syrup, and then a nice serpentina cucumber on top. It's very refreshing in the summertime. It's a great cocktail.
Thank you so
welcome.
much. This is so thoughtful of you guys to do this, because obviously I'm expecting, if you can't tell, might need to get your eyes checked if you can't tell. But I appreciate it. I really do, Chef Jason. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day, everybody.